What's going on, guys? It's your boy Wyatt, keeping it tidy. Today we have some Battlefield 5 commentary. Now, I have logged in a couple hours into this game now, and I'm just going to give you my kind of first impressions on how I feel, and so far, not good. Not good at all. I've been really hesitant to get this game, mainly because it's World War II, and I'm just kind of sick and tired of World War II shooters. I've been playing a lot of Day of Infamy, played a little bit of Arma 3, World War II. There's just a lot of World War II games out, and then just kind of leaving World War I with all these shitty older, clunkier weapons. I just wasn't excited about it. So coming back to these style of weapons and this style of gameplay, it wasn't very appealing to me. I bought World War III, played a little bit of that, but of course that game's only in pretty much pre-alpha, so it's just a very basic build of the game. So it's just some of the maps aren't even that good and not even that completed, and this game is just, it's not as appealing to me. I'm tired of World War II games. I want a modern military shooter. I want a modern shooter to come back. I don't know why they decided to come up with this game. If you're gonna do, a new Battlefield game and kind of redefine everything, do Vietnam, man. I don't know why they didn't just do Vietnam. We've been asking for a Vietnam game for the longest fucking time. I mean, if you're gonna do anything with this style of, weapons and this kind of era, do fucking Korea. I don't understand why we constantly have to keep playing these shitty World War II games. This game, by far, is not the shittiest Battlefield out there. In my opinion, the shittiest Battlefield is probably going to be, I don't know if you consider it a Battlefield game. Battlefield Hardline's pretty garbage, and I'm probably next to that. I'm going to have to say Battlefield 1 is probably my least favorite Battlefield game, but this is coming in as a close second. The characters are very clunky, the game is very clunky, the revive system is pretty decent. I like how only squads can revive each other now, and I like how squad mates can revive you and medics can revive you. I kind of like that dynamic to it. It's pretty entertaining. Vehicles in this game are extremely boxy and clunky, and they're unfun. They're not fun whatsoever. They're not fun to play as in vehicles whatsoever. You get into a tank and everyone plays the assault class. Everyone has Panzerschrecks and those bigger rocket launchers, which I can't think of right now, and TNT and mines, and they blow you up instantly. Like, you just get hit and your tank goes from 100% to fucking 70%. Jinkum, good. You're back down to fucking 60%. And of course everyone's playing assault, so there's 30 fucking rockets. You're dead within 10 minutes of fucking being in a tank. It's not fun. It's not entertaining to play in vehicles. So for me, someone who loves that aspect of Battlefield, that's a big draw in for me, is vehicles in this game. I mean, just look how slow the turret moves, and I can understand that the turret needs to be a little, they did this so that way people can't just spin the turret super fast to prevent people with mouses from just destroying everybody. I can understand that. But the turret moves so fucking slow, you can't respond to the 70 people with fucking rocket launchers. You just can't do it. And it's so frustrating. All these tanks are extremely weak. They've just taken vehicles and just fucked them. They're not fun anymore. The point of vehicles, it gives you a very strong advantage and gives you a little bit of an upper hand. And I understand the balance of making sure that people with rocket launchers have enough equipment to blow you the fuck up and take care of business. But this isn't that. If you're gonna make tanks this fucking weak, then make them then make the fucking assault class just as weak. Like, these big rocket launchers can just do like 30 or 40 plus damage on you, and you're fucked. Like, there's no auto repair, and no one's ever gonna be playing in the class to give you a little bit of repair going. No one's gonna do that. You're pretty much fucked unless you get back to a repair pad. As soon as you get your shit kicked in, you're basically gonna be sitting around until you can get to a repair pad, or you're gonna run around with like 30% health, and then you're gonna get killed by the first dude running around with a Panzerschreck. It's just the nature of the game now, and I don't know why they've done things like this. I think they're trying to promote more teamwork and stuff, but it's not fun. It's not teamwork fun. I feel like it plays a lot more into the little grubby fucking casual player per usual. Like, games these days are just trying to appeal so much to the casual player, so they give everybody all these cheesy weapons, and they don't want to frustrate everybody. But people like me, who like to run and gun and play extremely competitive, get shit on by this mentality of non-competitiveness. Just like, oh, it's in everybody's game. This is supposed to be a competitive shooter, and this game plays like Day of Infamy. It really fucking does to me. Like, it's just, it's very slow. It's not fluid. You know, Battlefield games are generally very fluid, and there's a lot of action going on, but everyone's still getting a lot of kills. And maybe I haven't logged enough time, but like generally when you first start out too, you also get a lot of good weapons. Like you generally start off with some decent weapons. A couple classes have shitty weapons, but they're still fun to use. They're not the greatest, but you can still do good with them. You know, if that makes any sense. Like with this game in particular, you start off with the most garbage weapons for any starting game ever. Like at least in Battlefield 1, you had some kind of okay weapons, but you immediately were able to get some points and push forward and actually upgrade quickly and get some weapons that were actually formidable. Whereas in this game, you're just fucked, man. Like you could play 10 games in a row and still have a garbage gun. It's just, there's just nothing I can really say positive. I do like the revive system. Like building up your objective is kind of interesting, even though it's very slow and clunky and not very accurate. You have to be in a very specific place to do it. So when enemies are shooting at you, you pretty much get gunned down instantly. I'll just go ahead and say that. It's not very fun when your team is not working together to cover you while you build up these reinforcements. This game is indeed a very, very squad motivated game, which is great. But if you're like me and my brother, who only generally play with each other, it's not going to work out great. It's when you make a game where only the squad is kind of squad based like this, where the squads have to work together to make the objective. You're never going to get that in an online community of morons who just want to run around and do their own thing. You're never going to get this game where you're trying to emphasize teamwork and playing the objective when all people want to do is camp or sit in the far back of the map and fucking snipe. It's never going to be this game. This game can claim all it wants to be the objective-based game, the teamwork game, where everybody works together to achieve the goal. But it's never going to happen. It's not going to be this game. Battlefield no game will ever be that game. The only game that works out in is fucking Siege. Siege is the only game where you can play consistently, where people work their asses off together, communicate with each other, where it's generally a full team versus another full team of people who are chatting with each other, calling shit out. That's the only way. That's the only game I've ever seen where teamwork-oriented game actually worked. A game like this where 60 motherfuckers are running around and 10 of them are trying to capture objectives and the others are either camping in a corner or sniping is never going to work out. It's never going to be this game. So I don't know what they were trying to do when they created this monstrosity of a clusterfuck, saying that, oh, we're going to change everything, when all they really did was just go back to Battlefield 1940 and we're like, we're just going to make tanks have limited ammo and slow and clunky again and not fun to use, and we're going to make planes just as fucking boring, and they have to fly through a little area to get reloaded because, that's cool. Like, if you're gonna make a game where you have to go do that type of stuff, and you're gonna claim to be like this historical accuracy and show these old cool battlefields and things that, they don't include fucking females in it. All right, if you want to include females in the Russian DLC packs and the Soviet DLC packs, I mean, cool, because female Russian snipers were actually in fucking World War II. If you want to include French revolutionaries into the slot as a faction, cool. That's also cool. Oh, and while we're on the topic of fucking factions, can we just all agree that having to set your weapons from multiple different factions is the stupidest fucking thing in the world? I do not enjoy having to go to the German side to change my weapon to this thing, and then go to the the Allied side, and then do the exact fucking same thing. Like, I'll spawn into a game not realizing that I've changed to the Allies and I don't have the gun that I wanted. That is extremely frustrating. Just have one universal fucking thing where everyone just has the same. You join a team, you're now the Allies, cool. But it's just one setup. That makes the most sense to me. Anyways, I've ranted too much. I give this game, at least at my first impressions right now, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3 out of 10. Not good. Not good at all. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you disagree with me or you have maybe tips or something to help me play better, go ahead and leave that in the comment section down below. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed once again, and later.
Yeah, I got the Glock in my Robbie. 17 shots, no 30. Yeah, she's